Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Crazy D's Equipment. So today I'm going to talk about either the fact I was scammed or lied to. I'm not for sure which. You make the decision, but let's talk about an 830 case. I think this is the point where I play the music. All right. Alright guys, so let's talk about being lied to or being scammed. So I had a gentleman, an auctioneer from here in Kansas, contact me, said, hey, I got an 830 case, it's in really good condition, it's runner, the rubber's good on the back, would you be interested in it? And I said, well, possibly I'd be interested in it. He said, well, it's on one of my auctions coming up here soon. If you want to leave a bid with me, because we're so far away from where you are down there in Newton, I'll just apply it to the tractor. But what do you want to do? I said, yeah, that's good. And so I gave him a number, and I said, hey, this is what I am willing to give for the tractor. And he said, that's fine. And so the auction came, the auction went. I didn't hear anything from him, and I thought, okay, well, I must have not won it, and I forgot about it. A little while later, a truck shows up here, a roll-off with this tractor on it, rolls it off. Guy hands me a bill from the auctioneer for about, I wouldn't say twice, but pretty close to twice what I said I was willing to pay for the tractor. And I called the guy and said, hey, you said this tractor was running. You said this. He said, oh no, I said, I told you how the tractor was. It's got a few issues, but I still think it's a good tractor and it should make you some money. So let's talk about what's wrong with this tractor. So I was not told, and we'll start with the first major thing on this tractor, which will come over here. The pedal stool, or the steering column, is busted off, and looking from the rust on it, it's been busted off that way for quite a while. That's nothing new, nothing fresh. And I was looking at the tractor. The fenders are good, the rubber's good. He wasn't wrong about that. The front tires could be better, but they're not. The starter is loose. The bolts aren't tightened up all the way, which is no big deal. It's missing a screen, but here's the big one for me. I was told that I was bidding on a running tractor. So, propane is on, battery in it. So that's all I can get out of it. If I just apply a little easy start, maybe a little too much there, I can get about this much out of it. But that's it. That is all I can get out of it. And I guess I gotta, Doc got enough projects. Doc's got projects out the wazoo that he's working on. We don't need another non-runner on here, and this is clearly a non-runner. I don't know what he was talking about. I've talked with him a little bit more about the thing. I did get him to bring the price down slightly, because I did tell him that is not what I told you to go, and I was not willing to pay that, but not enough to nowhere near what I would pay for a non-running busted steering column 830 case. This tractor on the lot in perfect running condition is probably $3,500. Now, my goal was, I have a loader. I was planning to put a loader on the front of this tractor, which brings it up a little bit more, probably puts it in the 4,000 range, because I got a lot of horse people and goats and kind of people, goats and horse people around my area, which makes these little loader tractors a lot more valuable because they're trying to, you know, round bales and et cetera, et cetera. So it does bring up the value, but I mean, I'm pretty frustrated with this. I think this is, you know, I think in the future, when this auctioneer has auctions and I get my cards and I get calls and I'm like, hey, come out to the auction, I don't know if I'm going to go. I'm not after something, you know. If you're going to represent something to somebody, represent it actually as it is. Yeah, it's, you know, this. Just don't tell me, hey, it's a good running tractor, blah 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 blah, because it's clearly not. It's clearly not a good running tractor. So, but anyways, guys, it's not a really long video today, but I wanted to share this with you. This is something new come in. I got some really interesting things coming in here really soon. We took the Ford 901 that you've seen later on. We traded it off for 2 tractors that are going to be coming in. They're going to be really cool videos for you guys. There's some good auction footage coming up this month and stuff. But what I really want you guys is to go in the comments. I want you to tell me, did I get lied to or did I get scammed? Or is that the same thing? You know? Is that the same thing? Is there not a difference between the two? So, but if anyone's interested in this thing, you know, let me know. Maybe I can work something out with you. But I guess I'll get Doc on here. We'll see if we can't get it to run. But I'm pretty disappointed in this thing. Overall, though, it is pretty straight. And the 3-point stuff is on it and stuff. And it does, like I said, good rear rubber. But we'll have to figure the rest out. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know how we're going to work this tractor out. But, you know, it's something else. It really is. It's very frustrating. So, but anyways, guys, so that's kind of the end of this. But if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. There's a lot of good stuff coming. And thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for watching. And tell me what you think down in the comments. What would you do?